Hello everyone, Niev here, and I have a really cool new deck, a new deck system basically, and this is called the Divinimation. So it's divining and animation mixed together. So yeah, so it's pretty much a conglomerate fandom sort of deck system, and so I'm really excited to have it. And I have not, like, unlike most of my unboxing videos or walkthrough, it's more walkthroughs that I do, not really unboxings, but most of my walkthroughs, the decks are out of order because I've already been shuffling them and playing them with them. I can't wait till a camera's on me to just start playing with my decks, you know. But this one is actually a little bit different. I have taken off all the packaging. I've looked through all the cards, but I haven't shuffled anything. I haven't done any readings, nothing like that. I've really just looked through the cards. So this is everything's still in order, and there's going to be a lot of like experimenting going on here. So when I got this deck, these two were actually the ones that were in here, but I got two expansions. Oh, this was stickers that came with it. So I got two expansions. I got the 90s deck here, which is like 90s cartoons, and the Adult Swim deck. So yeah, so I replaced the two that were in here that were empty and put these two in there instead. So yeah, but so these are, I think 4 of them are filled with cards. Yes, 4 of these are filled with cards, and now 6 of them are empty. So, and they do this because there's different kind of sections of these decks, and I let me just explain it. And well, first of all, oh, and I didn't even notice this before, but I have there's a little mat thing too. Oh, so I didn't even pull this out before when I looked at this, so we will definitely check this out. Cool. All right, I like that. We're going to set that to the side, and there's also a little information packet as well, just a little piece of paper folded up, a list of all the characters, all the locations, and all the objects in the base deck. I think there were 2 that were the base deck, and then the others were all the little booster packs. Yeah, so anyway, let me figure something out here. Yeah, and here's the box, by the way. Let's look at that. So share your readings with hashtag Divinimation and at Quarter Press Picks. To air is live action. To animate is divine. Who's your favorite spirit guide? 2D, 3D, just animate it for me. All right, cool. And then here is the box, and you can see a lot of the different characters. Here's the Gargoyles, Goliath, and Invader Zim, and Darkwing Duck. Some of these I don't know. This is Meeseeks from Rick and Morty, and Sailor Moon is right here. So I did bring out the Sailor Moon deck to pair with it. Mojo Jojo, Wile E. Coyote. My daughter recognized some of these characters. I think this is Steven Universe. And yeah, so this is a really, really cool deck. And I first saw this deck, I think it was on Krista's channel. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it was her channel that I first saw this deck, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And by the way, I have my dad's candle out here. If you saw my last video, which was kind of an impromptu video, just something I decided to do. My dad just passed away, and so yeah, and I'm filming this the day after I filmed that video. So I'm filming this on the day that video is going up. So yeah, so we still have some of my candle here. I'm just gonna have this going while I record this video. Hope you don't mind. So Dad's gonna go off right there. All right. Okay, so I have these 3 piles up here. There's 30 cards each in this, and these were in the base pack. So 30 cards of characters, 30 cards of locations, and 30 cards of objects. And that is how this system is set up. So we can look through this real quick. So how to use this deck. All Divinimation decks can be used on their own, as discussed below, or they can be combined with your preferred tarot decks or for further illumination. So for use on its own, this deck is designed for a 3-card spread, 1 card from each of the categories: characters, objects, and locations. Of course, we can use it however I want. I like to do tableau style reading a lot of times, so I will probably do something like that with this because, and I love the square size, and I think these are about 2.5 by 2.5. That's great for me for tableau style reading. Anyway, so I probably will deviate from this, but there are 3 main categories: characters, objects, and locations. So for each card has a few words or phrases to guide your reading and connect the threads between the cards. Each word or phrase might resonate with your current state. Intuit what sticks out. For example, the courage card, the cowardly dog. So the courage card may guide you to assess your current resources. It may also simply be a note to self to keep an eye on the various fears. Next, draw from the other 2 categories to see what phrases you're connecting with. Once laid out, you can follow the threads between the 3 cards to answer your query. All right, so an example spread might look like this. We have a character here. It's Zim from Invader Zim. The location here is Sea Duck. I think that's from like the DuckTales or Darkwing Duck, yeah. And then the object is Issei. I don't know what show that's from, but so there we go. So there's the objects. So perhaps a bit too much time has been dedicated to others' approval. So seeks approval. I think that's in one of these things. In your own endeavors and entrepreneurial. And this dedication may be toxic for you, corruptible. But remember, it's best to intuit the meaning regardless of the card order or outcomes. Of course, you can use the included oracle board. That is this here. This is one side, and this is the other side. Cool. So placing a character here, location here, and object here. Okay, cool. So, for your readings, and if you'd like further assistance, use a 4-sided die to lead you to the card's word or phrase. Simply assign each a number, as most cards have 3 options, and if you roll a 4, that is Chance's way of asking you to choose what feels correct for the query. Okay. So to use with a tarot deck, we often have additional questions with a standard tarot reading. So this deck can further illuminate your readings by drawing a single card from the deck. Feel free to choose your category if that seems fitting too. That card will act as a guide to give more context to the situation. Location card, current emotional state, the character card, or elements to consider, object card. So that's actually, I find that little part here really helpful, saying that the location cards are the context. The character cards are the emotional state, and the object cards are elements to consider. That's actually really helpful for me to think of it that way. And this, and like a standalone spread, feel free to draw all 3 in pairing with your readings. So yeah, and then here's the contents. So, yeah, and here it says characters or your spirit guides. I kind of liked the emotional state thing here, to think about it in that sort of way, or kind of an archetype, because spirit guide is, I don't know about that, but like, and then location, context, and then objects are the talisman. I like talisman for that too. And then they have actually a list of each of the characters that are on the cards here. All right, so that is basically the setup of this deck, and of course, you can use it however you want, and I'm going to deviate from that, and I kind of plan to mix them all together, but who knows. So I will quickly flip through. These are the base characters. We have this, Bojack, this was Courage, the cowardly dog. Bojack, Zim, She-Ra. Oh, and I went through this with my middle daughter, Rainbow, and she was in love with this because she knows the characters that I don't know. Because I don't know Marceline, but she knows Marceline. I know Archer, obviously, and the Beast. I don't know who that is, but there we go. Clancy, she knew that. I know Darkwing Duck. She knew Steve. I knew Steven too, but like I only kind of watched the show, but she watched it for sure. She loved it. Samurai Jack, don't know who that is. Dexter, of course. Mojo Jojo, Rocco's Modern Life. Goliath, Saitama, Craig, Star Butterfly, she knew who that was. I don't know who that is. Vincent Van Gogh, dramatic arcane storyteller. That's cool. So Anne, Tulip, Sailor Moon, love that. Cora, Benson, Meeseeks, The Tick, Wolf, Wile E. Coyote, Teddy from Bob's Burgers, and Woodman. All right, so those were the characters in the base deck. The locations in the base deck, we have South Park School, Gummy Glen, Dream Dog House, Spike, Sea Duck, Scrooge's Money Bin, like that. So Venture Compound, Air Temple, which my daughter just finished Avatar, so she really loved. And there's an Avatar booster pack in one of these too, so she really liked that. So the Water Tower in Animaniacs, a Portal, Smurf House, Canine Plaza, Flintstones House, Haunted Attic, Carrier Man Office, Jellyfish Field, Hyperbolic Time Chamber, Jungle Gym, Ponyville, Wraith, I don't know what that's from, Trost District, interesting, Castle Grayskull, Bauman Store, Bueno Nacho, Party Wagon, Atlantis, E-Cubed Cul-de-sac, no idea what that's from, Esther's Cafe, and I'm sure you guys will tell me all the stuff that I don't know on this, because, you know, it's kind of a mix of old cartoons and new cartoons, and, you know, and I don't know a lot of the new cartoons, so Costa de Goof, that makes sense, and then Candy Barrel, and Foster's Home. So those were all the base locations, and then we have the base objects. We have Nachos, Crumb's Eyes, Magic Muffin, non-standard key, Sugar Bowl Turt, Sugar Bowl Turt. Interesting. I don't know what that's from. Smartphone, and Susan, Together Forever, Panda, OMG, I love you. Six Pack, Laughing Fish, Time Freezing Moonrock, Left Hand of Honor, Fishbone, Meal-O-Matic, a Quailman belt. It's from Doug, from a show when I was a kid. Locket, Gritty Kitty Litter, Glasses, Palisman, from the Owl House, I believe. Portable console, bee hair comb, Petunia, promise binding, interesting. Bravo comb, Johnny Bravo. Issue 1 of Radioactive Man, cool. Can of spinach, picnic basket. IS2. IS2. I have no idea. Oops, sorry about the dogs. I have no idea what character or what object this is or what show it's from. Toilet seat. Sorry about the dog. She went outside to bark at something. Penny's communicator, foreigner belt, and sword of the omen. All right, so those are all the base objects. So I'm going to quickly go through the expansions here. We have Bob's Burgers as one of the expansions. Oh, I have this turned. So Bob, Linda, Tina, Jean, Louise, and so those, each of these booster packs has, there are 15 cards. So what can fit in one of these is 45 cards. So, 15 characters, 15 locations, and 15 objects. And the booster packs are 15 cards. There's 5 characters, 5 locations, or no, these are objects. Let me put those like that. So Allie, Jimmy Pesto's, Wagstaff Elementary, Wonder Wharf, the restaurant, and then 5 objects. So specials board, wine shoe. I can hear my husband come out for coffee, so I'm going to go say hi to him in a second. Keyboard, Mr. Goiter, and Coochie Kopi. All right, so those were the objects, locations, and characters. I'm going to pause this real quick. Okay, I am back, so let's do the next booster pack here. This is Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, Velma, Fred. I'm just going to quickly go through these. Daphne, and then the objects are glasses, super sandwich, arcane book, black magic, spells, and other neat, weird stuff. Treats, the van, and now we're into locations, Kingston Mansion, Fright House Lighthouse, the Malt Shop, Frankencastle, and Crystal Cove. So that is Scooby-Doo. And then we have this one here. So this is Infinity Train or Infinity something. I've never heard of this show. My daughter knew what it was. I don't know the show. So we have characters. 1-1. King Atticus, Lake, Jesse, Alan Dracula, and then we have objects. We have the Infinity Train, or is this a location? This might be locations. Infinity Train, the Cat's Room, the new car, Lucky Cat Car. These objects are locations. Passenger Prep, the number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 left. So this is a different category. The number, donut holder, an orb, family portrait, and sander. So the objects and the locations were a little bit kind of went both ways for me on this one because I didn't know that was an object and that was a location sort of thing. I probably will separate these by objects, locations, and characters. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So the next category, or the next fandom is Hilda, which is not a show that I am familiar with. But again, my daughter knew this one. I kind of recognize the characters, though. Frida, David, Alfer, and Twig. Those are the characters. So we have Troll Dolls, Elfin Paperwork. These are the objects. Knittens, Trollberg Digest. Interesting. And Jorts. And then we have locations, Hilda's Forest Home. We have Stone Forest, Windmill, Nowhere Space, and Trollberg. All right, so that was the Hilda show. Let's see. I mean, I don't know what it's called really, if it's just called Hilda or something else, but yeah. Anyway, so this one, I know this one. This is the Owl House. So we have Luz. Boxo Apple Blood. Is this an object? Wait, I might have this a little mixed up. All right, so that's an object. We have a location here. This is Archive House. Yeah, all right, we have this little... I must have accidentally mixed this one up. All right, so we have Concealment Stone, Ida, Emperor Bellows, Francois, must be an object, Azura Books, Hexside School, In Between Realm, King, Old House, the Owl House, Portal, is that an object? Maybe. And the Collector. So let me make sure these are all in the correct thing. So these are locations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And then the characters. should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, good. And the last one of the booster packs that I got is Avatar, The Last Airbender. So, as I said, my daughter, she just finished watching the show. She loves a lot of the shows that are represented here. And we had a lot of fun looking through all these cards, and she, squealed when we got to this one. So we have Aang, Katara, Sokka, Toph, Zuko. Those are all of the characters. Beach House, Boiling Rock Prison, Library, Great Divide, and Jasmine Palace. And then those are the locations. And the objects, we have Avatar Relics. Ooh, a meteor. Look at that one. That one's cool. Meteor, Pie Show. Looks like a game. Egg Custard Tart, and War Fan. So those were all of the booster packs. All right. I know this part is just going through a lot of the cards here. So so we have the 90s pack and we have the Adult Swim. Let's go through the 90s pack. I actually have to open these with tweezers because it's that kind of tuck box that kind of gets stuck. So I think there was there's room in this because I believe there was because these are kind of standalone little decks, but I'm kind of keeping them in that box. And they had a little pamphlet in there, kind of similar to this, but to fit this box. So anyway, let me just really quickly go through these ones. We have Johnny Bravo, Ren and Stimpy, Scrooge, Cat Dog, Aeon Flux, Beavis and Butthead, Powerpuff Girls. I know pretty much all these. SpongeBob, Tommy Pickles, Cartman, The Red Guy, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Arnold, Captain Planet, love that. The Angry Beavers, Norbert and Daggett. We loved this show. My brother and me and my mom, we loved this show. And there was only 1 or 2 seasons and it got canceled, but we loved the Angry Beavers. But anyway, so that was all the characters. And there should be 15 because there's 45 in these boxes. So then we have Duckbird for location, Choky Chicken, Krusty Krab, Batcave, Bag Farm. I don't know what that's from. Monster Academy entrance. Wacky Land. Moe's Tavern. Strickland Propane. I stumbled by words on that one. Daria's Room. Love this. The Critic Set. Duckman's Office. Dr. Katz's Office. Hotel Tasmania. School for the Gifted. And I think that's all the locations. And now the objects. We have the Comvy, the Batarang, SWAT Cat's Mole Missile, Mighty Max Cap, Goofy, Powerpuff Hotline, Krabby Patty, Bobby's Trike, love that show. The Moon, Okay, and then the Righteous Indignation. Let's see, what else? We have Dexter's First Invention. Love that. Millennium Items. Super Suit. Otto's Deck. The Moonstick. Love this one. And Moto's Bike. So those were all the 90s. So objects, locations, and characters. All right. Let's see. And I'm just going to set that on top here. And we have the final one here. This is the Adult Swim pack. So it's just old and current Adult Swim shows. So this one I think I still have the pamphlet in it. I kept the pamphlet in this one. So we can look at this real quick. It's the same thing as the other one. So I'm going to set that here. So welcome to Divinimation. It's basically all of the same location, same information. But here we go. How to use this deck. Now they're showing different cards here, but that's cool. I think this must have been the pamphlet in the 90s deck because we're seeing all the stuff from the 90s pack. So I probably took everything out and then put this back in with this one. So this one does, so let's see. So the other one maybe had the samples as cards in this. All right, anyway, I'm rambling too much. All right, so let me put this to the side. So let's go through this one. All right, and then this is the last stack of cards, and then we can start doing a little bit of pairing and trying to figure out how to play this or use this as a divinatory tool. So we have Space Ghost. Love Space Ghost so much. I love Space Ghost. Aku, Early. So I don't know some of these. I do know some. I don't know others. So Fang and Spear, don't know that. Afro Samurai. I know these ones. Huey and Riley. Death Clock. Hopefully I'm still in focus here. Killface, Mr. Pickles, Mintalk, Zorak. I love Zorak. Now, see, I loved Brack. Brack was my favorite from Space Ghost. The Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Rick and Morty, Tuca and Birdie, Brock Sampson. And there we go. So those are all the characters from that one. So then we have C-Lab, the Cocoon. Let's see. That feels like an object, though. I'm going to put that there because perhaps I had to get this split up. So Blips and Chits, is that a location, perhaps? Mission Hill Apartments, Mike Tyson's home, Mike Tyson's house, Space Ghost set. Love that. Smiling Friends. My oldest daughter and I love this show. We watch this together, Smiling Friends. That is a location. The Valley with the Chemical Spill. The Valley with the Chemical Spill. Super Jail, Soccer Field, Harvey's Office, Carts Pool, Thursday the 12th, God's Favorite Protestant Church, Tender Endings, and there we go. Is this a character, Mr. Bach? Mr. Bach Bagak. I think that's a character, so that's going to go in there. So Gloops, I'm going to say that is an object. Gloops, Titans, Bliblies, Crunt, 12-ounce mouse beer, Squeegar's guitar, the Bat, Jigglebilly, video camera, Terrarium, Microverse battery, Black Power Glove, Haruko's glasses, and banana basket. All right, cool. I'm going to count these real quick, and because some of them weren't exactly with the other ones. Okay, so I was a bit off with this. I counted. I had counted 15 in the locations, but I had moved some stuff around because I wasn't sure what was a location and what was an object. And then I had put this one because I thought it was a character. I put that in here, but then I had 16 in here, and then I had 16 in the character cards. I know I'm not in frame. I had 16 in the character cards and 14 in the location cards. So this was one of the ones that was kind of out of place, so perhaps that's a location. We also, another card that I considered might be a location is this one. This is perhaps a location, but I'm not sure. So this one's a bit off for me. I don't know, and so I'm guessing this is an object then, not a character. I'm really not sure. So, but it doesn't actually matter all that much, because I think what's going to happen now that we've gone through all the cards, sorry this took so long, I got like everything that I could that was on the website. This is from Quarter Press, and I got it from their Etsy, I believe, but they also have a website, and I kind of cleaned them out on Etsy because there was like only one of each, and I think they're doing some restocking stuff, and I think there's a few other expansions that were just not available, but I'm gonna get all of them basically, because I want to have all of them, and I really like a system like this. I like expandable decks. I like the box, you know, I like this sort of thing. I'm really thinking about creating my own oracle at some point, and I want it to be something like this. Like this is close to what I was kind of thinking of for a deck that I want to make. So I love this this whole thing here. So what I think I will do is I will go through and pick a few of my favorite in each category, and because that's really what the whole thing is with all these boxes is they have all of them at the top is blank, so you can write whatever you want here. On the sides is the location, characters, objects, so you can put it in here however you want to indicate that, like in the box. And then there's a spot on the back to write information about that. So you could write what's actually in each of these boxes. So that I love this whole system. I love the idea of it. Oh, I can hear the other pamphlet is in here. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to do something like that. But I don't know that I want to do that in this video. So it might be a separate video that I do. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with just the base pack while we do some pairing. All right. Okay, I'm going to start this off by just shuffling each of the categories. I believe this is characters. Yes, characters. So I'm going to do something like this. We're just going to shuffle a little bit. And then I will flip them over and we'll just do a few like quick sort of readings, I guess. Quick sort of whatever pops out of my mind as I turn over some cards here. So, all right, so there's that one, and then this one. All right, just trying to shuffle these. And of course, I'm just doing overhand. I just rotated some of the cards here on accident, but that's okay. I'll flip them around when we come to it. All right, so there we go. All right, so we're going to do this deal here. We're just going to turn this over. So we have the Beast. We have Jellyfish Fields. And I may have to zoom in. And issue 1. All right, so let me zoom in. Okay, so we have the Beast as our archetype, and the keywords here are manipulative, shadowy, but reliant. And for the location, we have Jellyfish Fields, and it's idyllic, buzzing, playful, painful even. So I like that there's a kind of mix of positive and negatives on each of the cards here. And then for the object, so the location is the context. The object was, what was the keyword here? Talisman, or what was the other thing it said? Elements to consider. So the talisman, the object here is the issue 1. So the keywords here are collectible, origin, or jealousy inducing. And so the what's kind of jumping out for me here is something that is manipulatively idyllic, and causing a sense of jealousy, but it is manipulative. It's shadowy. It's not like a true thing. Like, I mean, the jellyfish fields are down in the water. It's unreachable, and so it's this isn't a keyword on here, but I'm also thinking novel, and not like a novel you read, but like novel as in one of a kind, sort of, you know. So I'm collectible, I guess, would be the closest one here. So it's something that's kind of unreachable, and it's hard to find. Issue 1 of anything, really. It's hard to find issue 1 of a comic book. That's what I was trying to say. So there's a sense of like jealousy because you can't quite have it, but remember that this is something that's being manipulated. So it's more than what it seems. All right, so that's the first reading. So I'll do just a couple of these, and then we'll pull out some decks here. So Clancy, okay, that N kind of looked like another Q, so I was kind of confused, but inquisitive, laid back, open-minded. Clancy is inquisitive, laid back, and open-minded. The location is a hyperbolic time chamber, so isolated, extended reflection, guarded. And then finally here we have the can of spinach. This is our talisman. So daily Ooh, what does that say? I gotta bring this close to me. Daily greens, a super strength, portable. So, ooh, how would I read this? So I do think it's kind of interesting that Clancy is inquisitive and open-minded, but the hyperbolic time chamber is, it's like it's this extended reflection, guarded, I mean. So, and isolated, where this is like closed off, and Clancy is more open-minded. So, kind of an open-minded thing, but sort of isolated situation, or a guarded situation. And then we kind of have this, the superfood here that's kind of at the base of it all. And we could also lean more into the laid back part of Clancy, and this sort of, letting things happen as they happen, and knowing that we have, that we can sit back and watch this situation unfold, and we have what's going to keep us sturdy and, where we need to be, because Clancy here seems quite content with his spinach over here. So, and then, like, I feel like he's just sort of watching this place, and watching from a distance, and just kind of observing, and that's more what it feels like to me. One more here. Ooh, Darkwing Duck and Flintstone's house and the picnic basket. I love this. All right, so Darkwing Duck is flapping terror, father, self-employed. Flintstone's house is solid, prehistoric, natural, and picnic basket is not for bears, outing, sustenance. So, I mean, this seems like very stable and very much a, working for a living, and like, I don't know, that's what it feels like to me. Like, things are very solid, and like there's an ingenuity, or doing it yourself sort of a vibe here, of making your own stability and sustenance, and being your own sort of guard on things, and it, yeah, I mean, taking matters into your own hands. That's kind of what I'm seeing here, to keep that stable home, solid home, with that with substance behind it. So yeah, cool. All right, so those were a few like little mini readings here. So we're already 37 minutes in, so I'm not going to be able to get all the decks that I pulled out. I pulled out like 6 of them, just, to try to figure some things out. But so most of what I pulled out, so I pulled out a lot of character type decks. And so fandom wise, I brought out my my Alice in Wonderland deck, the Wonderland Tarot, I think is what it's called, and also my Sailor Moon deck, my Moon Crystal Visions, or Moon Crystal Tarot. Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry about the dog. I thought those would kind of pair really well with these, because they are fandom decks, and especially, like, Sailor Moon. There was at least 2 Sailor Moon cards in here, and who knows if they're going to make more expansions on this. And the other 2 tarot decks, well, I guess I technically have 3, but the other 2 are not specific characters or specific shows, but I thought these might be cool because they kind of have that themed sort of character vibe to it. They're kind of storytelling. So this is the Eldritch Overload Tarot, which is kind of a steampunk / RPG sort of tarot deck, and the other one I have is the Storyboard Tarot, and I think actually this might be the best one, so I'm going to pull this one out to pair. I think the Sailor Moon deck would be cool. I think the Alice in Wonderland deck would be cool too, but I think since I'm running out of time here, I think I just want to try the storyboard, because we have like very storytelling kind of cards here, so I thought it might be neat to do something like this, where maybe we have a 3-card reading. Let me just do a quick shuffle here. And I think I'm just going to pull these this way. So let's say we do a 3-card reading like that. And I hope I'm in frame here. I cannot tell. So a lot of times when I film, things look fine when I'm looking in the viewer, and then I go to edit and I'm really crooked, and I feel like I'm a little crooked now, but there's not much I can do about it. I think I'm just going to leave these stacks here. So, yeah, so like we have the reading is the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands, and we got this storyboard element to it, and adding on to that, it's almost like spread positions. Like we have the character is Steven Universe here, and connected here with the Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. So empathetic, determined, innocent. Determined is working with this. All right, there's that determination. A portal, so questionable stability, fast travel, amorphous, and we have that with the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. So questionable stability, because the Queen of Pentacles is one that is stable. So perhaps that's where it's going. Like the portal itself is the question. Basically, it's kind of a, what's on the other side of this portal. Is it something that's going to be detrimental, or is it going to be something that is going to be helpful? And if the Queen of Pentacles is on the other side of that portal, I'm going to say that that's helpful. So, and then the object, I don't know what this character is. I'm going to go to a next one. I'm going to say this one, nachos. Yeah, so nachos is the Ten of Wands. So trashy, satisfying, unhealthy, rule. Ooh, interesting. What were the keywords for this one? So, because I don't know what this is. Corruptible, cute, and terrifying. But here, nachos under the Ten of Wands. So like, we've got this, these things that are like trashy and satisfying and unhealthy, but really delicious, are things that end up being burdens for us. It's almost like a deceptive sort of thing, because our taste buds really want this so much, and we can have it every once in a while, but if we keep having it, it's like we see this buildup of dishes right here, and that's kind of where I'm connecting this. So this works quite well, actually. I like this. So let me pull out, just do one more, just kind of see where we're going here. Justice, Temperance, ooh, big cards, and the Knight of Pentacles. And so we have, let's do this one. Let's do Rocco. Rocco's Modern Life. So Rocco is tentative, bottles up frustrations, and under justice. Ooh, like a timid, like we know it's right, but we're kind of timid with it. So the context, we have temperance and the Smurf house. So tiny, part of a village. Organic. So like the justice may be something that we're unsure of speaking up about, but we are part of a village, and that can even out our temperament here. And then the object, we have the Knight of Pentacles, moving slowly card, and then we have fishbone here. So delicacy, rare find, hazard. So the hazard part here, the Knight of Pentacles moves slowly, so be careful of those hazards. He is very methodical, thinks things through. He doesn't just jump into things. So cool. I mean, I kind of like this pairing, so that was neat. So there was one more tarot deck. It's a tarot/oracle that kind of went a different way from what I was doing with pulling out decks here and trying things out. This goes a completely different way. So let me pull that out. So the other deck I want to try, oddly enough, is the Oracle of Many Paths. And, this might seem unintuitive because it kind of goes a completely different direction from the other tarot decks that I pulled out. I'm pulling out character decks. I'm pulling out storyboard type decks, And this one, has a completely different art style than what the other ones had. But I thought this could be cool. I'm still trying to keep this in frame here. I'm trying to see, because this is all about paths, so it's kind of, let's see. So the the first card, the character card, is kind of where we're at. Where we're at when we start the path. So the first character we have here is Courage, the cowardly dog. So easily frightened, courageous, and resourceful. So okay, let me do a quick shuffle of this. Ooh, threw a card. Sorry, we'll just pull that card. I don't normally do that. If I throw a card, I just kind of ignore it. So we have Path 44. And that's connected to a tarot deck, or tarot card. I don't know what tarot card it is. I'm not even really going to look and see. I think it's probably like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of cups, maybe? That's perhaps the 9 of cups. But I'm just going to go by feel on this. So we're starting off in a sort of easily frightened, but also courageous and resourceful. So we're starting off in this like sort of determined but sort of timid sort of way. And then this is a location. This is where we need to go, and then what we need or what we'll encounter along the way. So let's find another card here. Let's see. So, okay, so it's interesting. So this is card 33, and I am paying, with this deck, I also pay attention to the numbers. So we have 44, we have 33. This is, and I don't know what tarot card it's associated with. Perhaps something in the wands. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might be a court card in the wands. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyway, and I can see some correlations with this with the Canine Plaza here, and the keywords on this are retro-futuristic, extended stay. Oop, my candle's about to finish. Dad says he's done. Retro-futuristic, extended stay, boarding. Ooh, okay. So it's something like we're staying here for a while. Whatever it is, it's something we got to stay at for a while, and then I would probably look at what card this is, and I'm paying attention to the fact that it's card 33, that reduces to a 6, so that's something I would pay attention to. And then the object or the thing to think about, thing we'll encounter, something like that, is here. So the meal-o-matic, and it's something to help us along our journey. All right, so the meal-o-matic, this is revolutionary, a buggy, award-winning. So something, yeah. And then this is card we have card 14. It'd be cool if we got like an 11 or a 22. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, so and this reduces down to a 5. So I feel like this is something, and 5s are kind of a challenge. So it may be something that's, we'll come across something that's revolutionary, but difficult to deal with, because it's buggy. So it's something that's definitely going to help us, but it's going to be a struggle to use. It's going to be a struggle to deal with. So that's kind of where I was going with this, and I am really crooked, I think. Sorry. Yeah. I thought this actually turned out really cool. This deck, I do have to use the guidebook because I'm still sort of in my beginning phase with this deck, and I don't remember what all the cards are. I don't necessarily need to know. I can just pay attention to the numerology. We've got an 8, a 6, and a 5. I would look into that. And then, maybe connect it to the tarot card that it's essentially connected to. So, yeah. Anyway, card 14. This is a major arcana, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is, temperance. Temperance is 14, and we just got that in a previous reading. So it is something that will temper things. Whatever it is that we come across is something that will actually help, but it will be something that's going to be difficult to deal with, difficult to do. So there we go. That's a really cool reading. I like that. Ooh, the next one was the Quail Man belt. I like that, from Doug. I like that. Anyway, so I think that's going to be it for this video. We're at 49 minutes. Yeah, there was just a lot of cards to go through, and I didn't even go over all of the decks that I pulled out. But yeah, there were a lot of cards to go through. So thank you so much for watching. I'm really looking forward to perhaps more of these types of decks. I mean, the box does say season 1, so perhaps there's another set that they're coming out with. I don't know. I just like squished that in too far. Hello. All right. Anyway, I'll figure that out. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.